What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Vertical Football. Welcome back to another episode of the 5 Things to Learn. Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. Fantastic game. The last game of the season. A lot of interesting talking points. A lot of things that we saw in the game. A good way to end the season, really. I think it's an amazing end to the season. I think the season started against Arsenal. It was a loss. And it ended in the very, very fantastic way against Brighton today. Fantastic performance from the boys. A lot of new things that we saw. A lot of things that we've seen in recent weeks that they improved upon. So, guys, let's jump right into it. Let's analyze the game between Manchester United and Brighton. And first and foremost, I want to give Michael Carrick, credit to the fact that the decision not to high press Brighton was a very good decision. I think when you look at the Premier League, among the teams that are very, very good at playing through the opposition's high press, it is Brighton Football Club. I've watched a lot of Brighton games this season, and I can tell you clearly, they can make a mess out of you when you high press them and you high press them wrongly. I know the first leg of the season when we played them at Old Trafford, we went high press, and I think that was the game that I've always analyzed where I said Bruno and Casemiro pushed very, very high, and they were high pressing, and Delete was playing the central back, and he moved into the midfield. And that, I think we were very successful there because in the first half we had 3-0. But this game also, I think another approach from Michael Carrick, but worked very well in the sense of sitting in mid block, don't high press them, use Bruno and Mbeumo to be 1v1 with their centre backs. I think it worked very, very well. I'm really, really happy with that decision because when you look at, we faced Brighton 3 times this season. We got 2 correct in terms of high press under Ruben Amorim, mid block under Michael Carrick, and I think the place we messed up was the high press we did in the FA Cup under Darren Fletcher. Was 4-4 high press was very, very bad, and we saw how the likes of Steele, the goalkeeper, was just playing it through our midfield. So I think the first thing that I learned is the decision of Michael Carrick to play in a mid block. Right, really, really, really helped our structure today, and it really caused problem for Brighton because they found it difficult, when they had to now break our mid block. Right, they're always good when they want to break an high press, and when I saw that, I was like, it caused them problems. They didn't get their reading because of that, and I think it was a very, very nice decision. Second thing is the controlled diamonds in possession. We said that we've seen it against Tottenham. We saw that partly against Nottingham. We saw that partly against Crystal Palace. Right, a little bit against Crystal Palace. But we saw that visibly well against Tottenham under Michael Carrick. We saw that in the first half against Nottingham Forest. That was the last game. And today we saw that we saw that in good patches. Let me not say for most, but in good patches in today's game, which was very, very nice. Yes, the tempo today was a little bit better than the tempo against Nottingham Forest in terms of those short passes in the spaces, right? And it was very, very good. The likes of Kobe will succeed in that playing style because it's what he likes. Spaces. And I felt there were moments also when we did that, but we also we chose the right time to, as I said, we played here, and then you find someone at the end. I think there was even one that Kobe did on the right hand side and found someone with a long ball it was Dorgu likes on the left hand side. I was like, this is nice. And I think, yes, it's not 100% perfect. Yes, there's some things we should do better, but we can begin to see the game plan forming. We begin to see what can be issues. We can begin to see what will be concerns, really. We're going to see how the players we are bringing in will also fit into what we are trying to do. For example, Ederson, that's the news about Ederson, which I will do an analysis of him. Expect the analysis tomorrow on Ederson, by God's grace, how does Ederson fit into this close short passes and then switching of play. So I think Menu will perform there. Mason Mount was fantastic in that role. Mason Mount is a player I've always said we perform regardless of the system. The guy is just amazing. I think it's a coach's dream in terms of the qualities he brings to the team, and I felt the midfield in general today was a lot more compact than we have seen in recent weeks, right? In previous weeks. And I feel that Mason just has to remain fit. Bruno Fernandes, fantastic performance from him. Again, today, 1 goal, 1 assist. Broke the record of the highest assists in the season. I think it was very good for him. And I'm happy that he's getting what he deserves. He has been a fantastic player for us. As you guys know, our stance on him, he has to retire at the club, in my opinion. And I feel he has very, very good for us. He has very, very good for us and good season. I felt the second goal for Man United, first goal here is a corner kick that Bruno used to get his assist record. But the second goal was what we want to see. That combination play at the edge of the opponent's defense, that intricate passes. And I feel that's what we need to work on. Those patterns of play we need to work on. I know some of them will be kind of like individual qualities. Sometimes can be individual qualities, individual understanding and combinations in the defensive third of the opponent or in the box of the opponent. But other times it's going to be combination plays. It's going to be patterns of play that we have trained, right? And I think we need that because if you want to play the way we want to play, or if you want to play the way it appears you want to play, or the way we are praying that we should play as United fans, or as me and Open we play, in terms of having the ball and dictate our destiny, we need those kind of patterns of play or combinations of play to break down the opposition's blue block or mid block or what have you. And I felt it was a very good sign. That was a very, very good sign. Sleek. They looked very good in that moment and they got the second goal. I think it was fantastic, really. Very, very fantastic. Yeah, the third goal, obviously, Dorgu came in. Dorgu came in, was playing on the edge of the defensive line. Dorgu came in to Bruno Fernandes and fantastic finish for Bruno. I feel all in all, we did very well. I never felt we were going to concede in the game because I never felt that Brighton had a foothold. Even the little chances they had towards the end, I think Lamens was a superb keeper for us, was always there. And it was very, very good. So I think for me, I was very, very happy in how we did things. I don't want to talk about, there are things we need to improve upon, but I think it's just a consequence of the process we are in. We are beginning to see new things. We are beginning to see Kobe in deep line playmaking role. We are beginning to see a lot of dynamics, right? And we're looking at, okay, we can improve on this and get better. So I want to say that we need to start the next season with the way we've ended. I think, is this a good base to use to start the next season, to be better on the ball, to try and dominate the game, to try and take your opponent's rhythm off the game by the way you set up, like the way we set up in the DMA block that caused Brighton a lot of problems. And I feel we're a very good way. Qualify for the Champions League. We are high flying. We're going to transfer window, going to the holidays, rested and ready to face next season. I think it was very, very good for me. And I want to appreciate you guys because you guys have been here for all the 5 things. This is the last 5 things for this season. Let me have your thoughts on how we are doing. We truly appreciate you for watching, liking, subscribing. We truly appreciate you for the comments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and ultimately don't forget to share. Until I see you next time. Bye.